Darnell Mooney says he's ready to roll for training camp and puts a little bit of pressure on the Chicago Bears to win this season. We'll talk about, do we like the pressure already being put on them by their own team on today's episode of the Windy City Breeze Sports Talk Daily. Let's go. Now, if you are new to the channel, please like the video. Please subscribe to the page. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel. It's the only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talk. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. So Darnell Mooney was talking to, I believe it was WGN, and he said that he's ready to roll for training camp and that, you know, he's just ready to get things started, which is good to hear because we kept hearing, right, like, when is Darnell Mooney going to be back? They're saying that he's good to go in training camp. We know how the Bears are with all of this at the end of the day, right? Like, you sit there and you're like, yeah, he's ready to go. We know what he is. We know he's going to be there. And then all of a sudden, right, he's there at like the very end. And they're like, well, he was at training camp, though. But it's good to hear that Darnell Mooney is going to be ready to roll for Bears training camp. And he says he's feeling good. I like that because to me, I look at what we saw last season coming into what we've seen this season and the trust that Darnell Mooney has built up with Justin Fields. And so for me, I think that Darnell Mooney is a huge asset to this Bears team. And at the end of the day, I love to see him out on the field. And I think that when you look at last season, right, you saw how much Justin Fields threw to guys with confidence that he was in training camp with. That's what you really want to add into this. I know everybody's going to say, well, he's been working with Mooney for 3 years now, or 2 years going into year 3. So he's already got that rapport with him, but you just want him to be able to keep building that, especially with Mooney going back into the slot. Remember, Mooney took on a bigger role Justin Fields rookie year because they really weren't throwing it to Allen Robinson. So even with Allen Robinson out there, right, like Darnell Mooney kind of was Justin's number one option. Coming into year 2, Darnell was Justin's number one option when he started to throw the football, and it was him and Equanimeous St. Brown. Now coming into year 3, right, question mark still on Chase Claypool. Don't know where he's going to slot into all of this. DJ Moore is your number 1. Darnell Mooney kind of becomes that slot guy. Is he your number 2? Is he your number 3? That's really what you're looking for heading into training camp, kind of establishing that pecking order on the wide receiver room. And so to me, I'm excited by this. I'm glad to hear that he's ready to go. And the other thing that Darnell Mooney did that I'm not gonna lie, I love it as a Bears fan. I think that it's great. The question that I will put out there, do you think that the team may think this is great? Do you think this is the team's expectation? Put a little pressure on the Bears. He said Bears fans should be ready to win. Bears fans should be ready to see some wins. No more losing here in Chicago. And of course, these are the right things to say. Right? I'm not going to sit here and go, oh my God, why are you putting pressure on this team? It's the right things to say, but is this Bears team ready to win? That's at least the question. I think that there's a feeling on the offensive side that this Bears team might be ready to go offensively. And I do like that. I really do like that they're putting the pressure on themselves already. You're putting the pressure. Listen, this is pressure on Justin Fields now. Somebody's got to get that ball out to him. And the fact that this is pressure that I assume that Justin has already put on himself. I'm not sitting here like, oh my God, I can't believe that Darnell Mooney is coming out here and putting pressure on the team to win games, right? Like, I like that they have this mindset that they're tired of losing, as Darnell spoke about. He said, don't go for any hypeness or anything like that. Just get ready to win. And to me, that is kind of the mindset of this team. I think it was the mindset of this team going into last season where they were like, listen, we know, and I'm talking about coming into this year, right, where they're saying, we know that this is not going to be the season that we're going to win it all. We know that this is not going to be the season that we're going to go out there and make the playoffs. We just do, right? Like, it's going to be a bad football team. We're going to make sure that it's a bad football team at the end of the day. But now coming into this season, the bad football team persona should be behind us because we've added DJ Moore. We've got Justin Fields. Hopefully Darnell Mooney comes back, going back into that slot, being able to put up that solid production that we saw from him when he had that 1,000-yard season before, right? And I don't think that that'll be that hard for him to replicate again, especially with 17 games played now. I'm really excited to kind of see that this Bears team is kind of looking at this as a situation where, hey, listen, this is not a throwaway year again. Right? Remember, and this is what I mean by that. Remember, 9-8 is the Jaguars last season. I think they were 9-7-1 actually. 9-7-1, I believe. The Jaguars maybe 9-8. Because I think they got a tie early in the season with the Colts, if I'm not mistaken. don't think that that just means that it's a throwaway season, you get beat in the first round, blah, blah, blah. Remember, the Jaguars were in the divisional round last season. That's after winning a wild card round that everybody expected them to lose. So I don't sit here and tell you that, you know, 9-8 means that the season is over, that the teams are done, all of that, right? Like, are you going to be one of the best teams in the NFL? No, but there are serious steps that could be taken. There are playoff rounds that could be run where the Jaguars are coming into this season looking at their schedule and saying, okay, well, we got to this point last season. We kind of worked on some things. We had a great close to the season. We had a great win against the Chargers. We competed well against the Kansas City Chiefs, who ended up eventually winning the whole dang thing. And at the end of the day, okay, I could see how we can grow from this. That's the kind of season that the Bears could have here. 9-8 does not have to mean that we're just, oh, okay, it's a throwaway season. Like, I get it, right? It's not a good thing, but once you're in the playoffs, you never know how anything's going to play out. And so to me, I think that the pressure being put on this team by guys like Darnell Mooney, Justin Fields, we're looking at the defense who has a ton of pressure on it right now. To some extent, even the coaching staff talking about how some of these guys are coming out and making plays. I love that they're putting this pressure upon themselves. I think it's really going to help this Bears team in the long run. And I hope that we see a ton of wins. Like Darnell Mooney says, I hope that they live up to that we're going to see some wins from this Bears team at the end of the day. But hey, I want to know how you guys feel, man. Let me know how you feel in the comments below. I'll be down there talking with you as well. Make sure to tune in with all the content we got over here on the Windy City Breeze. And if you're just here for Bears content, make sure to check out Chicago Bears Breeze as well. We'll be posting just our Bears content over there. As always, it's your boy Pat the Designer back at it again. Y'all stay safe out there, Chicago. One love. Peace.